Welcome to Boxing on the Record with Randy. Now is the time that I come to you where I ask you to subscribe, like, dislike, share, comment, do something to engage with the program so that it can reach more people, so that our family will grow and we can continue to keep bringing you boxing content. Now back to our regular scheduled program. I got on here. I know I haven't been on here in a while, but I got on to talk about some things that I like to consider called smoke and mirrors. We understand how smoke and mirrors work. They always want you to look at what they're trying to get you to look at, and the magic is going on in the other hand because you're occupied looking at what they got you focusing on. So you don't really pay attention to the sleight of hand on the other side. And I think that's what we're dealing with right now with Oscar De La Hoya and Virgil Ortiz. Because you got to remember, this is Oscar's cash cow. Virgil don't want to fight with Booth. Oscar don't want Virgil to fight Booth. So they got to do something to save face. And they did a pretty good job of fooling a lot of people, but they never was fooling me because I told y'all a long time ago, I believe it when I see them walking in the ring because I understand how this goes. I understand the dynamics of boxing inside the ring and outside the ring. Outside the ring is just they play on casuals' intelligence because casuals, they only deal with what they see. People that kind of follow the sport, and I'm not saying I know everything about the sport because I know plenty of people out there know more about it than me. And I don't know enough to start a fire, but I know what I know. And a lot of times they like to throw something out there because the casuals will take it and run, and they will argue the point till they can't stand up. And they feel like they won because they got this from somebody that they feel like is creditable, or they got this from somebody that they like. So they don't have to really know about what's going on. The only thing they have to know is, I got this, it sounds good, and you can't tell me no different. But the ones that actually follow boxing, we understand that it's smoke and mirrors going on. They always trying to divert you or deflect from what's really going on and want you to see what they want you to see, or want you to carry on what they want you to carry on. But I'm not fooled by that. I don't believe I don't believe everything you tell me because what you tell me is what you're trying to sell me. So I'm always listening for what you're not telling me, and I'm watching for what you're not showing me. That's how I operate. Content creators grab that there and run with it. I don't believe what you tell me because what you tell me is what you're trying to sell. But anyway, I'm listening to what you're not saying. So I'm saying all that to say this. We know how all this stuff unfold with Virgil and Oscar. They was going to war with each other like two strangers, like cats and dogs, like the Hatfields and the McCoys, as if they can't stand each other. But it was all just a show for the public because he got to save face. Because you understand, Boots got in the ring with Virgil and told him, "Hey, man, let's make the fight." First thing Virgil said, "Man, you ducked me, or you was trying to duck me. You wanted this." And Boots like, "Man, all that's water on the bridge. Now is the time. Let's make it happen. I'm not worried about what you did. Don't worry about what I did. We gonna call it. We gonna call it even, and go from here." He agreed, but then at the same time, he's saying, "Man, I want to fight Earl. That's my dream fight." Earl hadn't been in the ring since he lost to Crawford a couple of years ago. So why do you want to fight Earl? Because you're trying to get a name, because you understand that boxing fans relate to names. They don't care how long Adrian Broner been out the ring. If he got a fight coming up, they're going to buy it because he can push a card. They want to know what's going to happen. They don't care how long Mike Tyson been out the ring. I heard people saying that he was going to knock Jake Paul out. I heard the casuals saying that. But I didn't hear nobody that know boxing saying that because we understand time out the ring, uh, uh, replenish your skills and abilities. Look at when Ali spent time out the ring. He wasn't the same Ali when he came back. Even when Mike Tyson spent time out the ring, he wasn't the same when he came back. Floyd Mayweather's been out the ring almost 10 years. Exhibitions don't really count because they're basically like sparring sessions. When he come back, he's not going to be the Mayweather that left the game 10 years ago whenever he left. So we understand that. So we understand why he said he won't Earl. Because once he get Earl, if he beat him, he got a name on his resume. When people talk about he beat Earl, they're not going to say he was out the ring in unfocused, out of shape, whatever the case may be. They're just going to say he beat Earl. You mean Earl, the one that was collecting eyes and breaking bones? Yeah, that one, yeah. That's all they're going to say, especially the casuals. So he won Earl. And then, he made a name. He throw the name out there just out of the blue, or whatever. Said, Sebastian Fundora. Why they want to fight him? Because he know he's limited. He's not not a great fighter. He good, but he's not great. He's just tall. As my uncles like to say, he's just tall and that's all. When you get an elite fighter in there with him, you will see how he actually performed. If Boots was in there with Fundora, he would expose him. So they moved him very careful. Why do you think it got Keith Thurman to fight him? Because he's a man. One time been gone a long time ago, but he can push a card. And that's what it's all about. If you ever notice something about uh the fighters other than black fighters, when they get ready to call out a black fighter, it's a fighter that's been out the ring for a while, or it's a fighter that lost his luster. They don't chase fighters. They don't chase black fighters that's on their game. And the thing I hate about uh, my people, the thing I hate about my people is we're not focused, disciplined enough to go through the duration. We get easily distracted by a lot of different little things, especially when the money starts flowing. We get distracted by the shiny things. We get distracted by the cars, the wheels. We get distracted by the jewelry. We get distracted by the party life. We get distracted by the women. We're always getting distracted. And the other fighters know that if they can stay the course and stay consistent and persistent, eventually you can catch the black fighter slipping. And that is when they catch him, when he's slipping. Because he don't understand that eventually I'm gonna have to face this other guy. But he think he can always face him because mentally he think he's always at the top of the game. But other people know that, and they jump on him when he think he's at the top of the game, but he's actually not. So they stay grinding until they can catch him down bad. Look at it. It ain't no secret. Just do your history and look back and see. Look at how if Crawford hadn't been as focused and a gym rat and actually stayed on point, he wouldn't have beat Canelo. He wouldn't have beat him. But he was focused and he stayed focused. He one of the few. And he did the right thing by getting out. I know I'm talking about smoke and mirrors. I know I'm talking about Virgil Ortiz. But I'm trying to give you some comparisons. I'm trying to give you something to look at as I'm giving you what I'm trying to give you. And so Virgil Ortiz called out Earl and Fundora. He would rather fight them because he know he can't do anything with them. Oscar know that. And we as fight fans, we hype people up to be something that they're not. Only thing that they got to do is throw a name out there and we'll carry that name and we'll make that name relevant. And the next thing you know, this is this is somebody to deal with because we've made them that person. And in reality, they're not really anybody. but we put them up there because word of mouth is what did it. Same thing with the WBC belt. We made it what it is. Now it's out of control, and we want it out of there. And it's hard to deal with because when it was in its early stages, you could have spit on it and put it out the fire. Not it's a forest fire. You can't do nothing with it, but ride the waves and hope that everything will shift. But I said all that to say this. Rumor has it that Canelo's going to put on a card in September, and they're looking for Virgil and Fundora to get it on in September. Ain't that funny? Ain't that a coincidence? No, that was already in the making. You over here watching Boots and Virgil go back and forth and have it out, and they already negotiating with Fundora or got him in mind in the background. Smoke and mirrors. Now we left with saying, "Oh, it was Virgil's fault because Virgil didn't make the fight with Boots, so he ducked Boots." No, it was Boots' fault. Boots should have fought him when he fought him. You fussing and fighting over something that they already got planned in the back room, but they gave y'all this hit to run with it, and you take it and run with it. You can't convince me by telling me nothing, especially when I see it. When I was young, I ran with the narrative. I ran with whoever had the hottest topic. No, no. I run with what I see. I don't get too emotionally involved in this that I can't see has the dish like I have for a fighter. Even if I don't like a fighter, I got to stand on the truth because that's all I have is my integrity. That's all I have. And I'm not giving away my integrity for nobody. Definitely not giving it away for free. But like I said, smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. They got us again with the smoke and mirrors. Pay attention to what's going on and watch out for the smoke and mirrors. With that being said, what say you? Because I'm out of here like last year.